of the reasons why I was interested in reissuing Treasures from the Heart, this project that Betsy and I worked on in the 1990s, is that it describes for me one of the touchstone experiences in my own religious life. I had the opportunity to lead a pilgrimage to Bethlehem back in the 1990s. It was the first time I had been to Israel. And when I went into the Church of the Nativity, I had an unexpectedly wonderful religious epiphany. That is to say, God touched my heart in a significant way that has changed my relationship to Jesus and praying with the child Jesus, and it's changed the way that I relate to Mother Mary. So when Betsy and I worked on this cassette project back in the 1990s, I didn't want to lose the record of that. So when we had the opportunity to be able to issue this as a CD series, I jumped at it. The second reason was that I've recently come back to the Bellarmine Retreat House in Barrington, where I am now, and was there in the 1990s. I moved away for 10 years. And when I came back, several of the retreatants came up to me and said, I remember you. You were the retreat master who took us on this journey of imagination to Bethlehem. They couldn't quite remember my name. They didn't remember a lot of what I talked about, but they had remembered that prayer of imagination. It was that kind of impact that said something powerful was released in them, that they would remember that after all these years. That's part of the reason why I was excited about working on this re-release. How about for you, Betsy?
Well, it's been 19 years now. And the reason I know that is because I remember when we recorded this meditation, it was a time when my son Chaz was a baby. He's 19 now. And the experience of being a young mother really drew me to the need for support from our mother in heaven. And during this time, these past 19 years, really deepened my relationship with Mary and continued to dance her story and be called to stand with her at the cross, and also to feel the incredible love that she offers to us. And I've continued to work with individual clients in my spiritual direction practice, and really found that the love of Mary is this incredible place of grace that we can return to for a deep soul healing. And even now, like, I've been working with some Protestants who are asking me, they're telling me I'm really drawn to Mary. And so I've been wanting to share with them this meditation, because Mary is mother of all. And the Christians from all denominations she opens her arms to us all.
For many years, Mary has been a source of division in the church, and part of what's happening right now is Mary's becoming a source of unity.
Yes.
As you were just saying, Betsy. Yes. She's drawing the Christian community together. The other aspect that I really love about Treasures from the Heart is that it's a prayer of imagination. And that touches what is deepest inside of us. We can access deep feelings and memories through our imagination. And there are not many resources out there in the Catholic Christian tradition for praying with our imagination. And in fact, many people think, oh, prayer of imagination, that's very wildly New Age. Well, we wouldn't think that St. Ignatius Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, the patron saint of retreats, is wildly New Age. And this is the kind of prayer that St. Ignatius taught. And there's always going to be a balance between respecting my own individual spiritual experience and balancing that with the authority of the Church. Ignatius lived at the time of the Protestant Reformation, and so much of the Protestant Reformation was about recovering individual spiritual experience, and we need that. Otherwise, we just turn into Pharisees. We're just following the law. But part of the beauty of the Ignatian tradition was allowing people to have a powerful religious experience, but then submit that also to live within the authority and the guidelines of the church. So you have that balance of the individual and the institution. And there's always going to be a tension there. But because there is that tension, it's like playing tennis with the net. The net is part of what makes the game exciting, and tapping into our own religious experience, and yet submitting that to the institution is part of what is part of what Ignatian spirituality is about.
Well, also, praying with our bodies is something that we invite in this meditation as well. So it's the imagination, but not just in your mind, being able to allow our bodies to experience healing as well. If you think today how broadly popular practices like yoga have become, that people really are longing for an integration of their sense of spirit and how they live that each day in our bodily awareness, and to be able to bring those two together is really a gift that has been part of what I've been drawn to explore, and that we together were helping to integrate.
And there are many young Catholics that say, I'm drawn to the traditions of Buddhism because I find they're a meditative, contemplative spirit. I say, excuse me, let's explore that within our own Catholic tradition as well. The meditative, contemplative dimension is so solidly Catholic. You don't have to go outside the church to discover that. Let's go back and rediscover our roots.
I say amen to that.
Amen. So, for these and